Hey guys, what's going on? So, I'm just sitting out in the garden. I wasn't sure what kind of video I was going to make today, but then I saw something that I wanted to try this year. I'm trying to figure out the best time to peel loofahs. So, one thing that I think you should grow in your garden, like definitely, because it has a lot of different uses, are Luffa Gourds. So they grow on a vine. You can see them behind me. They're still kind of, the plant's still kind of dying off a little bit. But I have some that I have one that's already like dried completely. Like I can hear that, almost dropped an egg. Stay. I have one that's dried completely and you can hear the seeds in it. So when they're dried all the way, it's like little maracas. And then I have one that I can like squish it and it still feels squishy inside, but parts of it are dry. But this down here is, you can't even see it. I'm like holding it, not even in the camera. But the top half of it is still kind of squishy. And then I have one that is still, this one's huge. This was the biggest one. But I still have this one that is still pretty green. Like I can squeeze it a little bit and it gives, but I'm gonna try it 3 different ways and let you guys see what a loofah looks like on the inside. So I'll grow them just about every other year because they're really prolific, so they grow a lot on the vine. I had them in one place last year in the entranceway to the garden, and every time I would walk through, I would like hit myself in the head with these Luffa Gourds. So I moved them back there, and it worked much better. So if you have a place you can do like a lofted trellis or something like that, like these arches that I have back here, that's a really good place to put them because they're kind of out of the way, they're off the ground, and they can just kind of do their own thing. It makes this like really lush green trellis looking thing in your garden. It's pretty. So I use them for like actual loofahs. Like if you go to the store and you buy a loofah, you think like the little mesh thing that you use in the shower. You can actually use these in the shower as well, and it's natural, and we're not wasting $2 every time we buy one. So I also use them for like sponges, like to wash your dishes and stuff. But really, they're super easy to grow. I'm gonna have to go let the dog in the garden. Okay, so I just was watching him like run around frantically trying to figure out how to get in. So we said loofahs for the shower, sponges to wash dishes. They're good for like exfoliating your skin as well. So the dry ones, I've always dried them and then peeled them. But I was feeling the one that I said was this one that's still squishy on the end. And I was like, well, let's try it. So these, it just makes a mess. So I just do it out here in the garden and then I just let this stuff fall onto the ground. So it's just real easy to crack and then peel away the outer skin of the loofah. And this is how I've always done it. Now once you get the whole entire skin off the outside, see, this is just really messy, so that's why I wanted to try it the different ways, because I've always done it this way. But you can see the loofah inside. So like if you ever bought soap and it had like the spongy stuff in the middle, this is probably what was in it. And they work really well for that. So usually I would get the whole entire peeling off of these and then wash them really good with just like some mild soap, and then set them out to dry, and then you can cut them into pieces. This is probably loud over my talking. Anyway, so like that's only half of it. It just takes forever. And then you can go and throw like the peelings in the compost bin and stuff like that. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one in half so you can see the seeds. They have so many seeds. Like if you bought a pack of seeds for this coming year, which I'm already looking at the seeds that I want to buy for next year, so definitely put these on your list. And you're not paying $5 for a pack of sponges. You just have them in your pantry. So they're little, I gotta get used to, what am I doing with my hands? Can't see them. Just losing it. But they're really like, just shake it and they just fall out. I'm gonna lose these seeds and I'm gonna have Luffa Gourds growing in the middle of the garden. But like, that's not even half the seeds in this one loofah. So if you buy one pack of seeds this year, you would never have to buy them ever again. While I'm sitting here, if you ever buy marigolds, it's the same way. So it's not dried all the way, but like if you, it's not gonna focus. So marigolds, once they dried out, the flower's dead and it dries out, all you have to do is pull from, grab the green part and the petals and then pull out, and all of those, well, we left half of them, it wasn't dried all the way. So these little boogers, there we go. No, we're not gonna focus. We're gonna, there it is. So all of those at the end, those are the seeds, the marigolds, and usually they're pretty prolific as well. So you have a lot of them. All you gotta do is go out and pick like a handful of the dried flowers, and then you have seeds for next year for that. And we don't have to go spend $5 on a pack of seeds to grow marigolds. So that was peeling the fully dried one. So it cracks, it kind of falls apart in my hands. And now we're gonna see, I'll have to work on that one some more later. I can tell it's gonna be a pain to get this bottom half off. So this is what they look like after it's fully dried. I'm losing my loofahs. And I would wash it. Some people bleach them. I don't do that because they're fine after you wash them, and just squeeze them out really good, set them on the counter somewhere to dry. Good airflow. You need good airflow. So this, I almost feel like it's going to be like night and day because I already just stuck my hand in. So I'm just like sliding my hand down. It's still kind of squishy inside. So that's the only difference I can see. And then it's a much bigger loofah because it hasn't dried out all the way. But this is gonna be the way for me, I believe, from now on. So I'll wait till they turn brown next time, just because I have quite a few more left out back there. But like, I feel like the biggest part of this is gonna be like your hands getting messy, because it's still kind of, I mean, it's still like wet on the inside here, but it's peeling so much easier than the completely dried one. Like, I'm just sliding the skin right off. This end's a little bit more dry than that other end, but you can see kind of the difference between the two. Like, I'm still dropping seeds everywhere. So this one was completely dry, and this one's still kind of mushy. Like, this one's bouncing back, and this one, I mean, it's bouncing back, but it's still wet. But I mean, if it's easier to peel, I would rather deal with having to wash my hands than spend hours, spend hours trying to peel one loofah. Now, I don't feel, oh, there they go. Let's see if I can get the rest of this one off real quick, because it's not giving me much trouble than the other one. So definitely wait till they're brown but still squishy, and then peel them. That is my favorite way, which there are no wrong ways. So if you like doing them dry better, then do them dry. So that's the whole entire thing. And then you can see like I gotta learn how to get this thing to focus. Learning curves. But you can see the inside, and then it's got seeds all throughout those channels. So this one, I don't feel like I'm gonna have much luck with. So I'm gonna try to cut the tip of it off. Yeah. We may just set her out to dry the rest of the way. Yeah. So I am covered in loofah gunk. Yeah. So I'll set this one out to dry. I just wanted to test it. It's definitely given me a whole lot more problems than the other ones. So, if you don't mind the mess and it taking a little bit longer, you can do them dry. The method of letting them get brown but still kind of squishy on the inside, I think that's going to be our best bet, because these had just started to turn, this one had just started to turn brown, but it's still like you can't even get your finger in between the actual insides and the skin of the gourd. So I'll put that one in the greenhouse and let it get a little bit more dried. So that was just a quick little video for you guys. While I have you here, I'm going to show you the onions that we planted. I have a squirrel issue. Me and the squirrels are probably going to have a face-to-face conversation about them digging things up. Okay, so I'm going to show you, that's the collards, which they keep trying to dig those up too. Well, not these, just those over there, and I don't know why they want to dig those up, so they are struggling. I keep having to put them back in the ground. But our onions are starting to sprout. The shallots really haven't come up yet. I'm still waiting on those. But all the red and white onions are doing really well. I've had to rebury quite a few. But I'll show you where I grew the loofahs. I started them on this, and then they kind of like tried to start taking over the side fence back here, which I just let them because I thought it looked pretty. But I have so many loofahs growing that, we'll be set for sponges and loofahs for the rest of the year, and then I'll grow some more next year. And the garlic really hasn't come up. And see, there's one that the squirrels just thought didn't need to be in the ground, and that's what they're doing, and they're trying to bury their food for the winter. So I can't I can't be mad at them because they're digging up my food. Yeah. So everything else is, look at a crooked camera, what's happening? Everything else is pretty much dying back. I have these tomatoes back here. They're not dying. They're sticking around, which I don't mind because I'm still getting tomatoes off of them. The tomatoes on the cattle panel trellises, they're dead. They're gone. And pretty much everything else we have growing is brassicas. So I have some spinach and some kale and then the collards. We were trying some red cabbage in the bed behind me, but I think we need to do some amending in that bed and put some more fertilizer in there because they're not doing too hot. Well, thanks for hanging out with me this evening, guys. So if you already are starting or have got a cart like I do full of seeds that you want to grow next year, I would definitely add the loofahs to your list. That's just one more thing we don't have to buy at the store and we can grow in our yard. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. See ya!